channel. We're going to get the secret out right now. I know you're thinking about somebody or some situation, and you're really wanting to know the details, maybe things that have been kept from you, maybe because you're not around or they're just not telling you, or something feels off with someone. You feel like maybe they're not being honest, and your intuition is just ringing ringing bells and red flags, and you're just like, something feels off. Perhaps whatever that is, it's about to be revealed. Hi, Angie. Hi, Ling. You're finally able to join the live. Yay, kilowatts. I'm glad to see you. Hi, Peaches. Hi, guys. Sorry for my absence. I have good news. My nephew was just born, so I'm so excited. I haven't gotten a chance to hold him or see him yet, but he's here, and I was at the hospital, and it was a long labor, and I've still got to get the house pretty ready over here, but he's here, and I'm super excited. So remember, I was doing a reading the other day, and I said, I think there might be a baby born within 4 days. It was him, but you know what? He wasn't due for 2 weeks, so that's weird. But anyways, he's very handsome. And I want to get to your reading now and focus on what secret is going to come out. If you guys ever want me to channel anything for you, please book something personal. I feel like I channel better one-on-one. I had a vision of what my nephew would look like, and he looks just like my vision, which was crazy. I also kind of predicted his birth date a couple weeks ago. I said, you know, I think he's going to be early. I think he might be born on the 12th or the 13th. And I was dead on. I was right. So that being said, I don't know. I just feel like the universe is like, use your intuition more. A lot of people, you know, would need your visions. They would need to know what you see. So I don't just do tarot. You know, I have visions. I have psychic abilities. And I don't know if a lot of you are new and didn't know that about me, but I do. I meet people and I see things about that person. I'm not sitting here bragging about anything at all. I just wanted to let you know some of the gifts I have. So if you want to utilize that and use me for something, you can. But I meet people, not every person in the world, because I don't tune into every single person in the world, but the people that I feel connected to or I tune into, I see things like significant others, their life path, something that just happened to them or is happening to them and they don't know it, or will happen to them. I've even seen death for certain people. And there's some things I probably shouldn't say. See, right now I'm channeling, I'm in the mode, and all of a sudden I smell cigarette smoke. Heavy cigarette smoke. I don't smoke. No one smokes in this house. No one smokes on my block. There's no cigarettes around me, but I'm definitely smelling cigarette smoke. So I have a lot of gifts, guys. But that being said, I don't just do tarot. So if you guys ever want me to channel something for you, let me know. But we're going to get in. I love tarot. This is why I do tarot. I love it. I just love tarot. I don't know, guys. Maybe it's a Gemini thing with the hands, but I love cards. I love the pictures. I love the feel of it in my hands. I love tarot. Your Uncle Frank was around me today. Oh my goodness. You're smoking, TQ. Hey girl. You're a smoker, Angie. All right. Have you read my review stuff? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Thank you, Ellen. All right, so let's channel together, right? Let's use these cards. I want to tune into these cards today for you. I want things revealed to you. I think I'm going to do 3 piles. I feel called to do that right now, just because I feel there's a lot of you that have a specific story. And I know one story is not going to hit all of you. So I would like to do 3 piles. And please, you choose the one that you feel called to, okay? Spirit, guide and direct me with these cards for 3 piles, 3 situations. Ellen, I was right about the date. Tell me, Ellen, what date was I right about? Tell me what's going on. Kilowatt, I get the same thing. It's a smell connection. Oh, I love that. I cut my hair too, guys. It must be this full moon we just had. I felt the need to cut my hair. I cut off about 6 inches of hair, and I have curly hair, so it kind of kinked up a little bit more than that, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. I like short hair, so. You need to read the Teams chat. Oh, okay. Teams. Where's that? Teams? I'll go see. Pile number 1. Thank you, Kilowatt. It is fun. Oh, new Skype. Thank you. Okay. I'll go on there. I just switched it from Skype to Teams, so I haven't really got on since I switched that. TQ, this full moon is very powerful. Yeah, it is a big energy shift. I also feel very called to be in the water for healing and cleansing, but not just any water. Salt water, like the ocean, and if you can't get near the ocean, rivers, creeks. For some reason, a lake might be okay, but I'm not feeling called to the lake. More of rivers, creeks, or the ocean. Something about the moving water that would help cleanse your situation. So if you can get out there and get into some moving water, your own spiritual little baptism, I think that would do a great deal of healing for you. All right, so pile number 3 ironically had 2 cards just over here. So I want to say, I feel this is a Gemini energy for pile number 3. Just saying. It's a twin. It's a twin, it's a double, it's a Gemini energy. Okay. All of a sudden, I'm also channeling a song. I will follow him. I will follow him wherever he may go. Yep. And there's the cigarette smoke again. What the heck? These cards smell like roses. I'm smelling heavy cigarette smoke. That's crazy. What the heck? All right, bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. I want you to know that whoever I'm dealing with tonight, that I think you're going to resonate the most with, is an earth sign male. This person, and I'm going to do details. This isn't going to hit home for everybody, but I'm going to do details because I just feel like that's what I need to do tonight. This person is over 34 and under 60. That's who I feel it is. I know that's a big range, but that's who this King of Pentacles is going to represent. Okay? So that's going to be an earth sign. So Gemini, Virgo, or Capricorn. That's who I'm going to be channeling. But I got 3 piles here, and whatever this pile is will be your specific message, okay? All right. Under him, under the King of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Wands in reverse, the Moon card, ironically, and my thumbnail is a moon, and we're talking about the moon. And then we've got this beautiful 10 of Cups. The fighting's almost over. You've been in a fight, a quarrel, a battle. It was like a real battle zone. I think you've really learned how to pick your battles. I think you're trusting your intuition, and I think you're being a lot more careful about what you say and what you do. I do get the sense that you're holding back and you're just not as upfront as you normally are because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to stir up any confrontations. So you really just want this relationship to be a happy family. You want to do the best thing for you or the kids or your family. You just don't want to have arguments anymore. And I feel like that's your intuition telling you, ease up. And if this isn't you, that you don't feel like that's you doing it, it could be this person. This person may be picking their battles wisely, choosing not to fight anymore, holding things back, keeping things more to themselves because they want to have a good relationship with you. I want you to keep that thought open. So we're going to start over here with pile number 1. We have the King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords. So we have a Libra dealing with this earth sign as well over here in this pile. And it doesn't have to be that zodiac, but we have someone here that is standing up, taking action, taking steps to do the right thing, to not be a sneak, and just come outright, up front, offering some kind of justice. This person feels they owe someone an apology because they've done something to them, and it obviously was done behind their back, and it hurt their feelings, and it was done harshly and in a cold way. It was very insensitive, and this person knows they could have gone about this a whole different way, but they didn't. They were very harsh and maybe even cruel. But I see that they see the error of their ways. They've done some shadow work. A lot of what happened kind of got exposed and it got brought up to the surface. I do think this could have been about a child, or maybe a child helped to bring this out of them, helped to bring the truth up from them. But nonetheless, we're finally able to move forward, and we're finally taking steps to correct a bad behavior, a bad decision, and some lies, deceit, deception, and dare I say, even thievery. Something's been stolen, taken, and betrayal. So in pile number 1, I do see someone taking action to correct their behavior. Okay, so I see an honest apology or some good, healthy communication, and perhaps even an apology letter or note or even a gift. But someone is going to be saying, hey, can I reach out? I want to make amends for this. Okay, I want to stand up and do the right thing. I want to be just. Hey, Jack Wolf. All right, so let's clarify this just to be clear. Pile number 1. Yep, we have still working on it. So I'm not the best person in the world. I'm recovering. I'm working on being a better person. And then we have rest and recovery before a restart. I like that. And then we also have caught up in the emotions. Okay, so that's probably what made them do it. They're like, yep, I got in my feelings for once, and I realized I was in the wrong. Okay, 7 of Swords. I did my shadow work. They may have even talked to a counselor or someone that was wise and gotten some good advice. Okay, and because they got that healthy advice from the King of Swords, this could have been just spirit, karma, whatever himself, but it could have been an actual physical person as well. Because they got this good advice, they've been able to put their head on straight. Okay, and a lot of this, what you might be hearing, if you want some details, is, listen, I was acting immature and childish. Okay, That's what I was doing. I was not at a place where I should be for my age. Okay. So, anyways, I see someone owning up to their mistakes and realizing, wait a minute, whoops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I took something from you that I shouldn't have. I'm sorry if I said something that was terrible. I'm sorry if I did something that was really wrong. I shouldn't have done it. My bad. I just want to fix this if we can. I've been crying a lot about you. Now, this is a channeling here. This person's been crying. A lot of emotions pent up behind the scenes. And it's like, you may think I put on a strong face and I've been stoic and I haven't shown a lot of emotion. But the truth is, my dear, I have been very emotional since your absence, since our arguments. You know, I've definitely been in deep emotions about it, and I feel pretty bad enough to the point where guilt has eaten my conscience, and I really want to start again. I want to restart this connection because I shouldn't have done what I did. So I want you to expect either this earth sign with some air in their chart or just this earth sign in general coming to you with an offer. It's a small offer. It's nothing major, but it is of value, and it is something that you would appreciate, and it's coming to you. So if you pick pile number 1, that's what you have going on. And in the light of the moon, because we're celebrating the moon tonight, let's get a moon message, if you will. This is the moon magic. And I promise to give you guys some magic remedies tonight for you guys to help fix your situation. So I'm going to give you a magical remedy for pile number 1. Let me just get these cards going. And we have this one. Aha, the book. Learning. I've learned my lesson. I've learned it well. Oh, yes, honey, I've learned it. I gather more wisdom each day. And this is, I'm learning from my mistake. Maybe I was very childish. Okay? But I'm learning. And believe me, it maybe took a long time, but better later than sorry. Or, you know what I mean? Later than never. Whatever the saying is. I feel a magical remedy for pile number 1 is acknowledging to karma, to spirit, to source in the universe, yourself, your higher self. We're not perfect, of course. We already know this, but people make mistakes. They make stupid decisions. They make bad choices. But usually it's based on what they know in the moment, and they're just trying to do the best thing that they can do in their mind at the time, based on how they feel, based on their experiences and their fears and anxieties. And, you know, these people make choices because they feel that's what they need in the moment. And I want you to give some grace because somebody made a big mistake, and you know what? They got called out on it. They got caught, and they're going to answer for it. They're going to pay for their mistake. And I hate to say it, but it's out of ignorance, pure, sheer ignorance. They thought they knew what they knew, but they didn't. And I do see this person as wiser in age, but not in maturity. You know, there's a whole nother level of maturity that they hadn't reached spiritually and in whatever other way that it just wasn't reached. So I feel like a remedy for you, if you're watching this and this reading hit home to your situation, is I want you to light a yellow candle on Sunday. And it's about personal empowerment. And it's about confidence. But it's also about healing. And it's also about forgiveness. And it takes someone courage to forgive someone and understand them. Sunday is more of like a higher intellectual day also. The sun is the king. It's the source of your soul. It's a very good day. And if you do the yellow candle, I just feel like that is going to kind of harness you into your higher self. And I want you to just be lighting that candle in grace and understanding and forgiveness, and have the courage to do that. When you do talk to this person, because you will, they're going to reach out. They're going to reach out within a week. So this is going to be within 7 days from this reading. They will reach out. And you're going to hear this from them. I'm not saying jump into their arms and completely reset your lives, but I'm saying they would like to reset something. Mostly what I feel they want from you is just for you to hear them out and let them apologize. I don't think they're even looking for some gracious, I forgive you, let's fix things. I don't think they're looking for that. I think a step up in their maturity is just reaching out and saying to you the mistake I made. And they're not looking for anything else from it. So I just feel like what you guys need to do is realize they got caught up in their emotions, growing, they're still working on themselves. And I think forgiveness would be better for you. Just to say to them, in whatever way you feel in your heart works, that, yes, thank you. I appreciate your apology. I receive your apology. And I forgive what happened. Why? Number one, I'm letting go of the past because I'm not going to carry it on my journey. It's too heavy. It's too much karma and it's too heavy. And by the way, karma is at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Karma is at work here. So part of your karma is to learn your forgiveness. Part of their karma is to ask for forgiveness. It's all part of the show. So anyways, when you light this candle, I want you to squeeze lemon juice around the candle as well. Lemon is a very fresh and healing and cleansing energy in candle work. So I want you to use a lemon. And I want you to drink lemon water while you're doing it. And just say, I'm cleansing. I'm ready to purify this energy. Transmute it. I forgive them and I'm going to let it go. Now, let's say you don't hear from them. I want you to know that if they were unable to find the courage to reach out, they wanted to. So you could still light that candle anyways and do the same thing. Okay. So anyways, that is my remedy for power. Let's get into, all right. First card here is Temperance in the reverse. 8 of Wands in the reverse. And 6 of Wands in the upright. Someone's the 100%. Absolutely. There's no doubt. There's no switching of the signs. I'm sorry, but pile number 2 directly connects to a Sagittarius. And it's either because you are a Sagittarius or they are. The number 2 will be of significance also. So pile number 2, people were here commenting about the 22. And look, it's 2:22 p.m. over there. Yes, pile number 2 will be significant. Now, that being said, we have someone that you're dealing with here that has been prideful, selfish, not taking good care of themselves at all. They haven't found any forgiveness. They can't get over the past. They're drinking their past away. And they're holding back a lot of information. They're unwilling to share this information with you, but I'll tell you what they're not unwilling to do is show their pretty little face in town. This person likes to get dressed up. They like to look good. This person is a bit of a show-off. They might have some Leo energy somewhere else in their chart as well. Very fiery, little firecracker. But I see them kind of just prancing around, putting on this brave face like, hey, look at me, you know, I'm doing great. I'm fine. I'm awesome. I've got this. I've got it all under control. I'm handling this like a champ. No, they're not. They're absolutely not handling it like a champ. This person struggles with confidence. They struggle with healthy habits. They healthy eating. They struggle with healthy drinking. They struggle with healthy thoughts. They're not taking action in the right area of their life. This person is even cowardly and afraid to take action in the right direction. The universe is definitely trying to push them on a path that they don't really want to go. They don't really want to go on. I think they've recently been released of something, but they're not really wanting to let it go. They haven't made peace with it. This is someone that maybe lost someone and they don't have peace with the death of that person. Or this is someone that lost a relationship and they don't have peace over the loss of that relationship. This is someone that maybe doesn't have their career on track, or maybe just their job recently, and hasn't made peace with it. Whatever it is, they're trying to make it like they're handling it really well, like I said, but they're really just not handling it well at all. They're really hurting. They're in a bad place. And to tell you the truth, it's just not going well for them. They also smoke weed. I'm smelling it now. I was smelling cigarettes. Now I'm smelling some serious smokers tonight that I'm channeling. Maybe someone's around me that smokes or used to smoke. Maybe they're gone. Maybe they're passed away. Maybe I'm just really close to the veil and someone's around me that does that. But my gosh. It's strong. It's heavy. I don't know why I'm smelling that. I feel like it's right at my desk. Maybe that's all this fire here. Nonetheless, here for pile number 2. This person is constantly scrolling, addicted to their phone. They have no self-control. Purple is also a very strong color for pile number 2. Purple. Maybe they wear purple, love purple. Maybe purple is just representing the third eye they're trying to open up and connect with. But I do feel this person has love in their heart like no one else, like a very big heart. You know, the kind of person that gives to the homeless, gives people their food or the shirt off their back, and they would sacrifice for other people. This person doesn't take very good care of themselves, though. And there's some kind of lack of desire when it comes to really caring about themselves. And I'm definitely hearing the sadness. I don't want to bother you with my problems. I don't want to bore you with my issues. I don't want to talk about my stuff. I'd rather just ignore my stuff and talk about yours. Somehow that brings them peace and it makes them feel better. Just talking about other people's problems or drama or things, that just takes the highlight and the focus off of what's really going on inside of them. This person also may have grown up Catholic or had someone that they loved that was very close to them that was Catholic, but this person may have had some strong belief in that. And I feel like that's not really fulfilling them. That spiritual part of their journey has ended. I think they were introduced to Catholicism for a period of time, but it's not their mission anymore. They're not called to it. They're definitely off that path, and they're seeking something else that they didn't grow up with. And there's a lot of curiosity and even some learning. And there's still more learning to do in other spiritual practices and beliefs. They're going to have a very high connection with eagles. And I just got a vision of 2 golden or perhaps bald eagles fighting in the air and then just falling down to the ground. I don't think they're dead. I just see them spinning and falling to the ground. I think they're tired. I feel like this person, whoever I'm channeling here in pile number 2, has battled so many things, battled perhaps addictions, battled belief systems, and just battled and tired of battling. And they're done. They're surrendering. They're just like, that's it. No more battling. I'm falling. I'm letting it go. And they let it go. They're not going to fight this anymore. And so I see surrender, which is a victory, 6 of Wands. And I'm glad for that. Now, let's talk about their demons, because this person that I'm channeling has demons. And they're very spiritual. They should just open up, because they could probably speak to spirits and things of that nature. But Catholicism has made them a little bit scared about doing it. So they try not to communicate. But the reason they were led to drinking or drugs is their shadow element. Part of their spiritual karmic path was the darkness. And that's why they met a lot of dark people, because they can channel that dark energy, actually. But they're definitely in fight or flight mode at this time, and they do need to ground themselves. They really need to get a clear idea of what path they really want to be on today. They're also finding that if they had a trip planned, that trip was canceled. Okay? Or they're changing plans about a journey, some kind of a trip. Okay? So that whatever plans they had, it's definitely canceled. And they feel like they might be letting people down. But they're done. You know what I mean? Those eagles falling, they're done. They're in fight or flight, and they need a break. They cannot continue doing the path that they were doing, if you will. So I see this rethinking my energy, rethinking my path. And when temperance is reversed, obviously they're out of balance. Obviously, this person has been impacted with some kind of negativity. They're finding they have too much or too little of something. It's not the right mixture, you know what I mean? Too much or too little. And there's 2 elements that they're trying to bring together, but it just can't happen. Now, that to me is a relationship. This is going to talk about 2 people, 2 cups, and one includes a Sag. They're trying to come together, but it's just not working. And the reason this relationship isn't working is because the other person doesn't give enough to themselves. Pure sacrificial lamb all the time. And maybe even a little bit of a martyr. They've just gotten accustomed to not being a priority. And to be honest, they feel completely uncomfortable being a priority. So this is why a spiritual connection and even a soul contract that is definitely hanging around and trying to come in, it won't happen because this person's got to give more to themselves. Now let's get some more energy here. It's almost like somebody's got to go to rehab. I hate to say that, but that's here. It's like, come on. I don't know what plans you had this summer, but let's talk about that. Or let's talk about counseling, or let's get into a gym, or let's go see a doctor, or, a therapist. Let's go. Whatever plans you had, let's scratch that because we really need to focus on this. Good night, Jack Wolf. I love you. Thank you for tuning in and being here. I appreciate you. And you sleep well, my love. You sleep well. The truth will set you free. There's the Sag again, the Lantern, the Hermit. Okay. Also maybe a Sag with some Virgo there, but there he is. And it's like, let's just get honest. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And that's what this person needs to do. Get real honest about their negativity, their drama, or obviously their unbalanced situation. My dog is snoring. I'm so sorry, guys. Good night, Jack. I love you. I appreciate you. So, see, didn't I tell you? They spend too much time on social media. I said that. They don't stop scrolling. There's definitely a media addiction as well. Very unbalanced. Social media got me in trouble. Okay. We all struggle with that. Personally, I grew up in the 80s, 90s, even early 2000s where this wasn't a thing. I can just see how even myself has evolved because of social media. And I feel bad for the younger generations that are now adults, young adults, that even part of their childhood didn't have social media, but the later part did, and how they are sucked into their phones, just sucked in. And it's very hard to get them off, to enjoy real life, because even if they are out there in real life, they want to record it. They want to document whatever they're seeing instead of just being present. And it really is difficult, and it's probably even more difficult for people that are being born into this world. But here's my prediction. Here's what I see. And so many astrologers and people that predict AI this, AI that, and robots. And listen, I predict the complete opposite. I predict and I feel that the generation that is being born now is going to distance themselves from technology and social media. They are going to do the opposite of what's happening. They're not going to get on board and go gung-ho with AI. Now, there are some cultures that may, okay? But I feel like this younger, now being born from it. I want a normal life. I want a homestead. I want a farm. I want to travel without a phone. I want to be off grid. I want to be away from Wi-Fi. I feel like this generation upcoming is going to turn their back on the big boom of social media. So I don't think this is going to last. I think it is a Rahu type of thing, and it will have its time limit and it will run out. But anyways, that's my prediction with it. Now, this person that I see here has an obsession problem. God knows, and they need healing. Maybe that's why I channeled the ocean and the creek and the river, moving water, cleansing. You know what? Even in the rain, you don't need to have that. If you can just go outside and sit in the pouring rain, thunder, lightning, and all, I know it's kind of scary for some, but get out there in it. That's so purifying, cleansing, and healing. That's where the healing is going to be. And it's going to be healing through water, period. Next one is planning for the future. See, we just talked about the future, the youth, and they are the future. Okay, so this person here on pile number 2 is like, I'm working on it. I'm trying to plan for the future. It's overwhelming. But we don't live in the future. We live in the now. So let's chill out. Let's get a grip of what you're not handling today. So I think this person is going to get healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. They're going to get healthy. That's what I'm feeling here. And there is someone that they love, that they would love to reunite with. But until this happens, you know, that won't happen. So I see that's some encouragement that they do want to reunite with someone. Let's get a moon energy reading. It's this one. Oh, I like this image. Look, she's falling in his arms, like support. She's like, can you hold me or trust me? And I channeled the eagles. And one of you guys mentioned a trust fall. So there's something about trust. And Sag is all about belief. We have the truth will set you free. Obviously, religions are not the truth. They have some truth in them. Every religion has some truth in them. But the truth is, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. The truth is, the right spiritual path is not a heavy, rigorous one. It's a very light and pure and clean and friendly and loving and deep relationship with the Creator and with the universe and with nature, because it's alive, it's breathing, and it touches all of those things. And that's the truth. So someone here in this pile number 2 is going to be set free from a belief system. Anyways, this card here is they're going to have support from the universe. And it says, I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. There we go. I love it. And we talked about the doctor. We talked about getting healthy. I felt that with temperance there. This is clarifying it. And they will be choosing it. 6 of Wands. Okay. So this pile number 2 person, good job. They are going to get healthy. They're going to get healthy and they're going to get healed. Okay. And they're going to surrender to their issues. They're going to surrender it to spirit and karma. And they're going to go, okay, this is the truth. I'm going to acknowledge I have a problem. I have a problem with social media, or I have a problem with my health, or I have a problem with bad habits, if you will. And I'm going to deal with it. So I see somebody in pile number 2 getting better, getting well, getting healed, and transforming. That's what I see. I do feel we need a confession, though. Somebody out there who's watching pile number 2 needs a confession from this man or woman that they're dealing with. They just need to hear it. They've been waiting to hear from them. So let's go ahead and channel this with the DM. There's the smoke again. I'm telling you, I keep smelling smoke. This time it's cigarettes again. Okay. Don't hold back. Jump in. Give to me, all of you. Set the pace so I can too. Okay? Don't hold back. Jump in. There's something here about a surprise admittance of how somebody feels. And 44 minutes on the clock when I said that. Double the 2s. So I want you to know that you are going to get a surprise admittance. Okay? This is the last minute. This is spur of the moment. Someone's going to admit how they feel, or they're going to just start taking heavy action towards somebody. And we have, I want to run my hands all over your soft skin, through your hair. And they love your hair. Over here in this pile, the hair is important. Guy or girl, doesn't matter. Hair. Love your hair. Okay? And they do have a thing about your skin. They think your skin is supple, soft, beautiful, smells good, looks amazing. Somebody may also be focusing on skin, and maybe a dermatologist, or somebody may be doing massage therapy, or dealing with skin to some extent here in this reading. I also feel somebody could be a great healer with their hands in this particular reading. So healing and working with the hands is a very powerful tool for someone here. Okay. My right ear just started ringing. We're going to go ahead and give that a close. And let's jump to pile number 3, please. 5 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups. First thing I noticed is I'm a giver. Okay, pile number 3, strong Taurus vibes. There's some Cancerian vibes here too, Taurus and Cancerian. But we have, I'm a huge giver. I give what I can. Even when I don't have it, I'll give my last dollar. We have a very nurturing and caregiving person. And the sad thing to channel about this pile number 3, nobody else gives back to them like this. They're the only one. They're always the only one. They give and give. And even if they had 20 bucks, they'd spend it on somebody else. They have no personal value for materialism. The only reason they want nice things is to share it with people they love. So I have somebody here that's like, if I didn't have anybody in my life, I wouldn't want anything because I would have no one to share it with. I don't want a nice life or nice things if I don't have someone to share it with. And so I have disappointment and I have sadness that this person here is going to be very blessed financially, but they may be alone. They may be alone in this, and they may feel abandoned or rejected and deeply hurt. Now, all of a sudden, I'm channeling tears, heavy emotions, highly emotional individual. This person sees the numbers 1111 a lot, or was born on the 11th, or if you notice, they're very highly emotional on the 11th. But there's just a lot of emotions behind this individual, a lot of tears. And it's just, they feel very, very deeply for people. And I'm hearing when I love someone, I love with all my heart, I love hard, I love long, I'm determined in it, I'm loyal. And this person would stay loyal for many years, even past abandonment or betrayal. This person would still stay loyal. And that's why I'm feeling the tears and the emotions and it's very heavy. And it's just, even if they're gone, I still love them. Even if they don't want me, I still love them. Even if they don't need me, I'm still going to offer. I'm feeling challenged to help someone go deep into why this person does this. Why? Why were they born on this date? Why are they so emotional? Why did their soul reincarnate into this? Why are they feeling like such a giver? Why? And let's psychologically go into that root. So there's something here with that, the root. And I'm hearing that they were loved by many people, growing up. There was not a huge lack of love, but there was lack of love from one person, which usually is the mother. So I do sense some holding back, some resentment, and some difficulty with the mother. And this person may have a challenging moon sign, or their moon may be challenged and looked on by malefic planets. But they've had a challenging moon, and they gave and gave and gave at a psychological level and a soul level and an emotional level, because they felt they had to keep giving and giving and giving to make sure that that mother was happy, or that mother knew she was loved or appreciated or heard. And there was this constant knowing that this person is someone's gift. But there was some kind of being robbed, time being stolen. And I'm feeling very heavy emotions about this one. A disruption in childhood, or like, perhaps a divorce, a crazy custody situation. Someone here may have just suffered as a child with a very chaotic childhood, maybe even in poverty or something. But there's just so much pain and suffering and hurt and loss. And someone here that's a giver. They don't even understand why they were so giving. But it was because they wanted to nurture this person, this mother, most likely, or a mother-like representative that needed to know they're loved and this and that. But the sad thing in return is this person didn't get a lot of that back. It was not reciprocated. And this person maybe doesn't want to acknowledge it, but they were just really not up to par. They weren't quiet enough. They weren't clean enough. They weren't well behaved enough. They weren't smart enough. They didn't get enough good grades. They didn't have enough friends. They weren't as spoken as they should be, or maybe they were too outspoken. Maybe they were always late. Maybe they suffered from ADHD or dyslexia or anxiety. We have trauma bonding here. We have the energy of, I have to give in order to be loved. But they, as much as they're giving, it's just there's an empty piggy bank here. And it's somebody with the Four of Pentacles that says, hey, I need more. I don't have enough yet. Keep giving. And there's just an emptiness here. Like, it doesn't matter how much I give, this piggy bank will be empty. It will be empty. So I'm definitely channeling a challenged mother relationship here. Let's take a little bit more of a look in that shadow. I'm also channeling the song "And She Will Be Loved." I don't know if you guys ever heard that song, but you should look it up if you haven't, because some of you guys are, you know, not familiar with a lot of the music I'm channeling. But there's this song, and I think it's from the 2000s, and it's "And She Will Be Loved." And he keeps repeating that chorus, "And she will be loved." And I think part of the words were, "I see a girl with a broken smile." I forgot the rest of the words, but that's what I'm hearing. So someone hears a person with a broken smile, a broken heart, just broken. They're just a broken person. They've been in the dark night of the soul. They're very emotional. They're always in these trauma bonds where they're giving and giving and giving to someone that just takes, and they're not getting restored or replenished. Okay, so they are being drained. And the mother and the people that they're trauma bonding with always makes excuses on why they're not reciprocating. Excuses that, well, I grew up this way, or I had it worse than you. Okay, you don't know what I'm going through. You know, there's always excuses on why it's okay and allowed for them to hurt. And this person is just here, okay, I'll take whatever it is you can give. And this is someone that accepts mistreatment because they want to be loved. They'll accept less than they deserve because, please, just give me some love. I need that. I need some love. I need some affection. I need someone's time. I need something from someone, and I will give and give and give, and I will drain my bank account, and I will drain my physical energy, and I will drain my emotions, as long as you give me a little something in return. That's what I'm channeling. And again, this person's always going to have a mouthful of excuses. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't help you with the dishes in return because, you know, I was busy with my friends, or I was busy, you know, taking a nap, or I was busy going out. You know, I had things I had to do. I really couldn't get back to you. Sorry about that. You know, just careless, cruel, and unappreciative. This is also someone that's like, they don't even say thank you. So you might buy someone something that they didn't ask for, and they're just like, oh, you didn't have to do that. Why'd you do that? Why? And this person's like, well, I saw that you needed it. And they're like, well, I didn't ask you. You didn't have to go out of your way and do that. I don't know why you always intrude. So they flip a good deed. They flip something good around and turn it into something negative. And they're making excuses. But this is just cruel. And I think this is the kind of stuff that happens to this Queen of Cups. She's always putting her neck out, putting her hand out, putting her heart out, and it gets stomped on. Okay, let's get another shadow aspect. Ruthless. You see, she's always dealing with ruthless, and I hate to, dare I say, narcissistic people. Okay, and it's very sad, and that's probably why I felt like crying, because she does not want to believe that they're like this. There is this, no, they're not. They're not like that. That's not who they really are. They're not ruthless. They're not mean. And she's making excuses for them too, for their bad, ruthless behavior. It's the only reason this person is like that is because of their childhood. the only reason this person is doing that is because it's my fault. I raised that person, or the only reason they're saying that is because they didn't get a lot of sleep or they had a rough day. You know, excuses. So yeah, we definitely have this Queen of Cups that's making us 1,000 excuses for people that hurt her. Okay. And that's a sense of codependency here. We have dependent. So yeah, we have a poor person here, not literally poor, but they could be poor, but someone that is just sad and allowing this to get whatever love they can get. Spirit, what is your message about this for them? I feel like we need an animal oracle. What do you guys think? Yeah, let's get an animal oracle. I like animals. Let's do that. Hi, Nur Kareem. Hi. I didn't realize I was conditioned to gaslight myself. Yeah, a lot of us, we look back in that inner spectrum there, that shadow, and we're like, oh my God, yeah. I do. I make excuses for someone because I have that relationship with my mother or a mother figure, perhaps. All right, Spirit, let's be guided here to the right animal message. What can you give this Queen of Cups? Oh, we talked about the birds earlier today. Remember, I was like, birds, and I got the eagles. Now we have a dove. All right, look at her wings like an angel. And 21 like the world card. Dove spirit, be peace. I love this. Be peace. And you know what? I got chills. I got goosebumps because this Queen of Cups is a dove. She is as gentle as a dove. She's pure. She's pure. She is. She's pure of spirit. I have a book and I haven't read it to you guys in a long time, but maybe it's in my playlist, I don't know, but most of my videos are on lives. But it's called The Good Soul, or The Good Little Soul, I believe. Anyways, you guys can Google it, and I'll just briefly tell you what I'm channeling for her. She is the soul that goes down to earth to be covered in darkness, to lessen her light so the other person, her soulmate, can learn. I believe it's forgiveness, was it? And there's something about learning what love is, learning what forgiveness is, but the only way you can learn forgiveness is to be hurt by someone and then them apologize, and you get that feeling of love and forgiveness. It's a gift, but forgiveness is a gift. It's a very healing, beautiful soul transmuting energy. So being able to forgive is a wonderful gift for oneself. But the soul that has to do the wrongdoing, it's sad for them because they have to lower their vibe. They have to lower their light as your soulmate to be dark and hurt you, so you can learn that lesson, so you can learn what that feels like. And not even learn. I'm so sick of our community saying, learn, 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 learn. This is not a goddamn school every second. Excuse my French. It is also a place of gift giving and receiving. It's not all about learning. So anyways, it's not about learning those lessons. Sometimes it's about feeling the feeling of forgiveness. And it's not a lesson all the time. It's just a feeling, and it feels good. So anyways, when somebody has to cloak themselves in darkness, that's a gift that a soulmate gives you. They love you, and they're here, and they're hurting you. And that sucks. And here you are being asked to forgive that, and that's a gift to you to feel that love that you're going to feel. And what better love than a mother, right? So there's some kind of forgiveness with the dove between a child and a mother, or the mother upbringing, or some kind of healing that has to happen with their upbringing, okay, with a mother-like figure. But back to the little soul that's cloaked in darkness, and why I think that's the Queen of Cups. I don't think she's low vibe. I don't think she's evil. I don't think she's doing anything bad. But I feel like she resonates with that soul because she is lowering her vibe in the sense of putting up with someone's BS and hurting in the Five of Pentacles, hurting in the dark night of the soul, being bruised of heart, of ego, of feelings, being hurt, and sitting in this darkness, feeling it, the suffering. That's being cloaked in the darkness, because that's a very difficult and heavy cloak to wear. So I feel like the Queen of Cups is wearing the cloak, and she's like, yep, I am surrounding myself by this darkness. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult to be a high vibe soul around this. How do I get myself out? And it's really not about self. I know this is what I'm channeling. Screw the whole, it's a mission, it's my learning, it's my school, it's myself. I'm here to learn and evolve as a soul. That's what I have to say to that. Just a big, fat, I am sick of the community and that BS. It's just driving me crazy. It's sacrifice, bitches. I'm sorry I have to say it. And you can be spiritual and cuss. It's not the end of the world. Please, let's not freak out. Sometimes, yep, we're here as a soul. We are sacrificing, friends. It takes a strong fucking person to sacrifice high vibe, awesomeness, love and light, and joy to be in a position with loved ones, to be hurt. That's a soul's major sacrifice that takes guts, and believe me, it's not always glory. And so this Queen of Cups is strong, and she is the queen in the queendom of emotions, psychological development, all that jazz. She is the mother effing queen. And she's just like, I got this. I'm going to be around these low vibes. I'm going to deal with some of this, okay? I'm going to sacrifice it. I'm going to put up with it. I'm going to hurt. I signed up for this. I'm a soldier, not always a little earth angel. Sometimes people are soldiers here on this planet. And there she is, being her soldier of love. She's a soldier of love. That's what she's doing. And she's enduring some serious BS. And she's giving a gift to these mean, people. They're freaking mean. Okay? And she's sitting there showing them, hello, this is love. This is love. This is purity. This is giving. That's what this is. Now, does that mean it's forever and ever and always? You're going to sign up to be this cloaked individual in heavy darkness forever. Thou shalt be doomed to this existence forever. No, come on. Okay, hell no. I think we know this. Anyways, I think you know this. No, this is not your permanent existence. This is a period of time. And she knows that. She's like, this is a period. This is a period of my life. It's a period of time. And it's, you know, in some sense, yeah, it is Sandlot. In some sense, she's like, you know, serving a sentence of whatever. And it's a gift giving. And she's like, I'm going to endure a lot of this, but my time to shine will come. My time to rise from the ashes like a phoenix will come. My time to separate from this selfishness will come. My reward will be great. And that's what the Queen of Cups knows. She knows her reward's going to be beautiful. She's going to come out of this ahead. Now, 21, the World card and the Dove here, it really represents the complete energy from a mission. Complete. Mission complete. Whoever's watching this, if you're resonating with pile number 3, your mission is damn well completed. You're coming to the end of a cycle. Even the number 4 of Pentacles, to me, is stability, completion, certainty, grounded, you know, good and grounded and stable. And through this darkness, this Queen of Cups has come out this way. Isn't it funny how the lotus blooms from the mud? How people can only get to Lakshmi through Kali. Right? No pain, no gain. You know, that's just the truth in every aspect. And so anyways, she's like, I got this. I had to go through some period of pain, and now I'm ready for the gain. The gain is coming. And I can tell you this in this story here for pile number 3. They're going to lose out on you, honey. 5 of Pentacles. One day, enough's going to be enough. The sentence will be served. And with tears in her eyes and a heavy heart, Queen of Cups is going to say, okay, I tried. I came. I gave. I loved hard. I loved long. I loved loyally. I showed up. I did the work. I endured. I nurtured. I grew. I showed this person what love looks like without getting anything in return. I showed this person what genuine was. Now it's going to be up to them. Did they receive that message? Did they learn it? Did they grow? Did they get the gift? Because she forgave them. She understood them. She psychologically put herself in their head and in their shoes. She gave when they didn't ask, and she showed up when she wasn't asked. And she stayed present, and she stayed, and I mean present like as in their life. Even when they didn't deserve it, she stayed loving and good and kind and pure like a dove, even in the darkness, even in perhaps poverty, abuse, neglect. She stayed. She stayed good. She stayed pure. She stayed in love. Her light didn't go out. And even though she was cloaked in darkness for a period of time, she never lost her vibe. There's something beautiful about being a gem, and she's kind of a gem on this earth. The beauty about being a gem is no matter how buried you are, you're still going to have your vibe. You're going to carry your vibration, and it's going to be a high vibration no matter how buried in the mud you are. And that's what she did. She was a little light in people's lives. They're going to remember her. Okay? So let's read this message from the dove. Sorry, I was like ranting on that for forever. The oracle message for this card here, pile number 3, by the way. With her peaceful cooing, the gentle dove spirit invites you to embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. You always have the power to generate peace within you. And the appearance of dove spirit is a reminder that today and every day is a good day to meditate, to quiet any turbulence within you as you embody tranquility. Above, below, and all around you. Much may be happening in your life to distract you, but you are called to engage it with the heart of a peacemaker, asking yourself, what would peace do? Can you agree to disagree? The peace you seek rises within and spreads out into the world as a messenger that you are beautiful and harmonious, and existence is too. How beautiful and powerful is your compassionate heart? In the protection message on the flip side of the dove, however disturbed the waters are around you, however troubled your heart, dove spirit is there to remind you that peace begins within. And as you reconnect with spirit through practices that awaken you from a spiritual amnesia, your true nature is a peaceful child of spirit. But how easily you forget, how easily you can be cloaked in darkness and forget the feeling of love because you rarely receive it. Soon the waters will become still and you will feel peace again. Be compassionate with yourself at this time. For all of us can forget that peace is always at hand, always there, gifted to us by Spirit and the universe, the Creator. Become the peace you wish to see in the world so you can reduce any suffering. I want to pause on that here because that's what you've done, pile number 3. You have reduced suffering for the ones that you've been put on their path. Your mother figure, your lover, your friends, family, whoever, maybe all of these people. But you, enduring this, you reduced their suffering. Do you know what kind of good karma that is? Do you really know? Have you heard of this? Have you studied it? Have you watched astrology videos for hours on end, as I have? Have you read these books? Listen, I'm for real. When you sacrifice, it's like a penance. It's an act of service, but it's also like a sentence. Your soul comes here and says, I will serve this. It's a good deed, and I'm not trying to shine up a dusty situation. This is the truth. This is what I've learned. This is what I've come across. When you serve a sentence like this, when you do a penance as a soul, and you lessen the load for other people, meaning you endure their cruelness in a sense, and you show them mercy, forgiveness, and compassion and understanding, in return, you are transmuting the negativity on this planet, which is a low vibe and it's toxic. It's like poison. You are the temperance angel in a sense. You transmute the poison. You tone down those ugly vibrations. You tone it down, you transmute it, and you almost absorb it like as if you were tourmaline or obsidian, or you were black, if you will. You absorb this, you transmute it, and you return positive energy. So seriously, that's what you're doing here. So anyways, take that literally, because that's what's been going on. So you have reduced suffering in the world, and you have reduced suffering for these people, okay? And performing acts of kindness, radiating in love, even when you're not loved in return, is a beautiful thing. It's a duty you were called to do. Now, dove spirit also reminds you that when you see inequity or someone harmed you or in need, trust that you have the capacity to bring peace through smiling, sending love, speaking kind words, compassion, affection, forgiveness, friendship. Do your part to be a peacemaker, nourishing compassion, reminding others of the joy in this world, because some of them do not know it. The dove spirit is within you. Now, this is an earth angel. It takes a very special soul to be a Queen of Cups, and a very special soul to do this. Fumbled my words there, sorry. Was about to choke to death. This dove is basically an angel. I don't go around saying people are earth angels all the time. Very rarely do you come across really an earth angel, peacemaker like this. But if you pick pile number 3, you got this dove spirit. And it meshes so beautifully with the Queen of Cups, because she is beautiful. She is not only beautiful on the outside, because the Queen of Cups is the most beautiful queen. She's even more beautiful than the Queen of Wands. She is. Because she's radiating beauty from the inside. She's loving. She's caring and nurturing. She's good. She's a good woman. And it could be a man in your energy. I'm just talking about her in the card. And I just feel like this particular queen really resonates with this dove. And I just want you to know, you've spent a long time in low vibe jail. You've been incarcerated in injustice, if you will, injustice, inequality, unappreciation, abandonment, rejection, and disrespect. You've been serving a sentence here, cloaked in darkness, transmuting negative energy, and you didn't have to do it, but your soul wanted to do it. And it's a beautiful thing. You see the beauty in people that no one else sees. Okay? You see good in people that no one else would even see, and certainly they don't even see that in themselves. I just want to end this with, it's over. Your sentence is served. You don't have to do it anymore. They're going to miss you when you're gone. They're going to miss your love and your affection. They're going to miss your forgiveness. They're going to miss your kindness. They're going to miss your friendship and your comfort. They're going to miss you when you're gone. And I'm hearing also, oh, I got goosebumps. She's saying, listen, there's not even enough of me. I haven't given enough. After all she's given, which took everything from her, she feels like she didn't give enough. She's like, wait a minute, there's still work to be done. There's still more. I can't go yet. There's more. I have to keep giving. I have to keep providing. I have to keep protecting. I have to keep serving. I have to keep loving. I have to keep nourishing. I have to keep it going. I can't leave my throne. But the universe says enough. Enough. You've served. It's time for you to enjoy the next part of your life because you've given to ruthlessness. And it's very hard for the Queen of Cups to say goodbye. And now I got a message here from, I know, I'm just channeling, The Sound of Music, where she was serving as a nun in a Catholic church, and she wanted to be a nun since she was a little girl, and she served in the nunnery, obviously, for quite some time. And she fell in love with the man she was nannying for. He fell in love with her as well, and God was like, okay, you're done. You don't need to be a nun. You need to go be a mother, and you need to go be a wife. She was like, no, I'm not done serving the Lord. I'm not done being a nun. And she even went back to the convent feeling guilty for even wanting human things. She wanted to sacrifice all human desires and serve the Lord. But the Lord said, you serve me in other ways. You don't have to serve me in a convent. You can serve me in this way too. And, you know, your service is done with your sacrifices and what you've been doing. And I want you to enjoy life. I want you to enjoy a home and a family and a, you know, wealthy home, by the way. So, I don't know. That's what I'm channeling. Like, you can only give so much and sacrifice so much before the universe is like, okay, you're a good person. You deserve something good now. I want you to receive it. So I'm going to leave you with this also. If you're resonating with this pile, you better learn how to receive. Because the universe is about to pour down on you. And you're going to receive. Yes. You're going to receive. Get ready to receive. The dove is bringing a gift. Ace of Cups, a new beginning, a fresh new start. Love and happiness is coming. So what does the moon want to say for pile number 3? Oh, we got the dark moon. And, you know, excuse me, but that looks like a dove. That looks like dove wings to me. An angel coming out of darkness, which is literally your message. An angel coming out of darkness. And this card says, I let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. The dark moon. This is going to happen for you, pile number 3, by the dark moon. We just ended the full moon. So now we're going into the waning stage. Waning is release, letting go. That's the waning, losing. So once you're done in the waning, you're going to get into the new dark moon. And it's a very powerful moon. And in that timing, in this new moon that's coming up, you're going to start receiving a gift. And it's going to be a gift of freedom. And you're going to see a sign of white feathers somewhere, somehow. White is going to be a go-to color for you. And black, ironically, is going to be a color that's going to come up for you because black transmutes, it absorbs, okay? and it releases good positive energy. So black and white is going to be a good color for you over here. But that's it. I am done with these readings. Thank you so much for watching me and following me. I'm going to answer some questions now. Kilowatt, you're first. And that's it. So let's do that. I hope you guys liked the reading. Okay. Ellen, of course. So Kilowatt and Ellen. Nur Kareem, you're very welcome. And thank you so much for tuning in and watching me. Appreciate you. Delaney, thank you so much for tuning in and being a member here on YouTube. I'm happy to answer a question for you as well. Marie, thank you for your time and for sharing your energy. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for watching. Sun Val, of course. Yes. Okay. And I'm really sorry I've been busy, guys. I've had a lot going on. I'm trying to keep my grandma's situation afloat. As of right now, the utilities got shut off. We couldn't afford to keep them on. I need to get them back on. So donations are always welcome. If anybody feels like they would like to give, you can give on Cash App. It should be in the description box or my website. And you can donate whatever you feel in your heart you want to donate. Thank you so much. All right. It's okay, Kilowatt. You can only do what you can do with these two hands. I can only do so much. I'm just doing my best and hanging in there like the rest of us, right? Thank you, guys. I love you. All right. So, Kilowatt, what is your question? That's okay. Thank you so much. I can make it more specific if you want. Yeah, let me see. Okay, I'm happy single, but that is something I wonder about. Okay, so let's get a deep message about your relationships and what path you're going to go on for love. What message Spirit wants to tell you about relationships and love. Oh, of course, son. Don't worry. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that, Kilowatt. Lover's card in reverse in your question about love. Go figure. We're going to start with that. Oh, but I left that out. Okay, so with the Lover's card in reverse, it's broken relationships, broken promises, third parties, being unequally yoked, and just out of balance and out of harmony with the person. Then we have the Moon card. So there's a Gemini moon energy here. Some Scorpio vibes. 6 of Swords in the reverse. 3 of Pentacles. 6 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Swords in the reverse. Excuse my dog and his snoring, girl. First of all, I want to say there's a lot you don't know yet. Your intuition is guiding you, but you're stuck. You can't move on from your recent relationship because there's still something to gain from this relationship, and it could have been third party, but there's something to gain. It's more lonely than that. Look at that. We have 666, which is balance. Something is not balanced in your recent relationship, and that's why you're unable to kind of pack up your emotional belongings and move on. You're unable to move on and meet anyone else because there's unfinished business. I think your intuition's been telling you there's something I didn't address. There's something I didn't look at inside myself. There's something I didn't see. There's something I didn't hear. There's a reason why I was put on this path with this person. There's a reason. And until I figure out that reason, I can't move on. Anyways, let's figure out the reason. We have ruthless. We have excuses again, just like the reading I did on pile number 3. Warning, judgmental. I feel like the warning here is you need to be more aware with your intuition with the moon. You need to be more aware of who you're meeting and trusting your red flags, trusting what you're feeling. Because I feel like when you met this person, you had red flags. You had a warning system that went off and tried to tell you there was more, there was something going on, but you've kind of dismissed that and let it go. And so there was this missed opportunity, and it was really just, you made excuses for someone. You gave them a green light when they didn't deserve it. You gave them the go-ahead on this, and they didn't deserve it, and they didn't earn it. They didn't earn your love. You just gave it, and that's obviously boundaries and stuff, but kind of like that third pile reading. And I have 3 of Pentacles in the upright, which is growing and developing. And to me, this is you are growing and developing and learning skills and learning how to read people. You're learning how to read their energy because you had to. And this was a soulmate kind of journey. This person, the Lover's card is here regardless, was put here to help show you this. Because had it not been him, it'd be someone else and someone else and someone else. But this soulmate came to show you this. And so the love was real. It was genuine. But the decisions you're making to give people green lights wasn't well thought. Yep, there's the 3 of Swords, third party situation. 10 of Cups. You were looking for happiness in a relationship in a third party because you saw that they could be happy. You saw that they would be marital material because perhaps they're already in a commitment. You saw that perhaps they could be a father person because perhaps they're already a father. You know what I mean? Those are the things people look for, is experience. And so we have this, I could see how this person could be a good dad. I could see how this person could be a good husband. I could see how this person could be a good fill in the blank. And with the 6 of Pentacles there in the upright, I could see how you were giving time, energy, and attention to this person, hoping that your investment would pay off. Bad judgment. And it all comes down to the intuition. The moon is like, it doesn't matter. You saw red flags, but you made excuses. You believed that he would evolve and he would work on this and he would come back and he would be better. And you guys could move on from this and still have something in the future. You wanted to work and grow this anyways, regardless of what you saw. And that was your love contract. That was the Lover's card in reverse. You were like, yep, I was here to learn. I was here to give. I was here to receive this message. I was here to learn to trust my intuition. I was here to learn to listen to those red flags. I was here to learn what I don't want. And I was here to get a better position for better judgment and self-respect and protection, you know, guidelines. You know, I can't think of the word, but yeah, standing up for yourself, if you will, drawing a line in the sand, boundaries. So what do the cards want to tell you as far as where you're next in love? Because this is why you can't move on. We wanted to talk about the year. We wanted to talk about where you are in your relationship. It is saying where you're at is you're not moving on yet. You can't move on until this is mastered here. 3 of Pentacles. Get it, learn it, grow with it, move through this, make better choices, do better this time. Go back and study your intuition. Go back and do moon rituals. Go back and work with your cycles. Appreciate your womanhood. Jump into that feminine energy. Use your psychic abilities. Use this time to regenerate. This is all very moon. 13 is a good lucky number for you. And it's moving in the number 13, moving in cycles, honoring your cycles, honoring your process of growth, from the maiden to the woman to the crone. Okay. You know, it's evolving, and it's like we're all evolving like the moon. We have phases of the moon. This relationship was meant for a time in your life. It was a phase, and we're going to move through that phase now and go to another phase. You know, this was all part of the evolution, and you may think it was a waste of time or a mistake. This card is saying it was not a mistake, and it was not a waste of time. It was perfectly designed this way to help the evolution of who you are. And who you are is way more important than what just happened. So let's see where you're headed in love. Because nothing is wrong with wanting 10 of Cups with somebody. It was just you picked someone and you didn't listen to those inner feminine vibes. Now you're getting in tune with your inner feminine vibes. Now you're going to go out there and find someone that doesn't give you those bad vibes, that doesn't give you bad feelings. You're going to listen to your intuition and watch out for those red flags, and you're going to honor yourself in a number 13 divine feminine way. You're going to honor yourself. So who are you going to meet here? We have Spark and Talisman here at the bottom of the deck. Talisman is about letting go. Spark in reverse is you're not going to rush it. Ace of Wands in reverse. You're not going to rush the next relationship. But I think you may very well meet a fire sign in the next round. Okay? And something about the number 43 might mean something to you, or 34. Let's get a message of this person coming for you in the future. Oh, there you go. You got twin flames. You got twin flames right there too, which is crazy. So we have here, as your twin flame, I mirror what you're going through. So your twin flame is out there, and your twin flame is on the same part of this journey as you're in. You have a twin out there who's messing around with someone that they thought was right for them, but they're not. And they're learning a lot of mistakes. Your twin is mirroring that. This person that you've been with is leading you to your twin, almost masking as a twin, because they were part of the path to get to the twin. And the twin flame that you're about to meet is on the same path. They thought this person that they're with currently would be special and would be the one. But they're learning that also, that there's going to be somebody else out here. It's not a false, because I don't believe in false twin flames. I believe people mistake someone as a twin flame, but that doesn't make that person a false twin flame, in my opinion, because that's a title. And people use titles all the time. It's like a label, like there's an actual false twin flame reading or something. It's not. It's just people believe something about someone that they just wanted to make happen. But I don't want to get into all of that right now. But don't, you're not corrected. I'm just saying that's how I feel on this channel. You can feel however you need to feel. I personally, as a reader, do not preach the false twin flame narrative, because people jump on that horse and they run with it and they get lost in a sea of false twin flame beliefs and false twin flame readings, which is just not a thing, in my opinion, as a reader. It's not a thing. Not everyone has a twin flame. And that's something else I believe in that a lot of people don't. Not everyone does. It's very rare. And so there wouldn't be a false one. Some people just meet a karmic, and that karmic leads them to the twin if they have one, but not everyone has one. But Kilowatt, you are going to be meeting this twin flame on the journey. And notice how you are very similar, how you guys will be sharing the same vision. There's a connection between us that can't be denied. We have to work on ourselves to be together. Look out for signs of my love. It's me sending you, okay? So there is this twin flame out there, and there's going to be signs. All right, so number 34 in reverse says, sometimes your fire gets doused by someone who you didn't want to hurt you, but they didn't want you to be all that you can be. In that case, you need to move away from the water, lest things get too damp. Someone has obviously put out your spark, and don't let it. The spark card in reverse position may also indicate that you're allowing yourself to be maybe consumed by a thought, feeling, or person or situation, and that you could be in danger of becoming completely burned out. Compulsion and impulsiveness must be tempered now. Rest by a warm fire, lest things die down a bit. Then you'll see if the true spark will still be there. If not, you can always light another fire anytime. So I think, obviously, your fire has been doused with your current partner. He's let you down. He's disappointed you. You've given him time and time again to work on things. He had a chance to be happy with you, but he's been choosing someone else, which hurts you and betrays you at the same time. And you've been unable to make a decision about letting this person go or moving on, which is why you've been stuck. And you've been kind of hoping that he would choose to revive this and come back and work on things. But the mission here is you can't. You're going to have to continue to work on yourself, the same as your twin is going to be doing the same thing. I do think you're going to meet your twin as soon as you get on the horse of letting this situation go, going inside yourself with the moon, and starting to do some real ritual work around the moon. So do ritual work, candle work, crystal work. I think you've let some of that go. We all have done this, but once you get more involved in that, I think you're going to be able to meet this new person, and you may very well meet this person at work or en route to work. He might have met you en route to work, or maybe even been introduced by someone you work with or a work-like gathering. And even if it's not career or work, it could be a talent. It could be something you're good at, and you might meet someone that's doing the same kind of talent. But I'm going to let that be. Guys, I was going to continue this reading and answer more questions. I can't. All of a sudden, I feel drained completely. I don't have another reading in me. Don't be disappointed. Ellen, I love you. You're next. Please, if you guys could start with me tomorrow, I would love to do your readings tomorrow. I just can't. I got drained. All of a sudden, I just put that card down and I felt heavy, like I was just going to fall and hit the ground. So I can't. I have to trust myself. That being said, I am going to return here on YouTube tomorrow. And Ellen, you're definitely on there, and Sun Val, you're on here. So I'm going to do your readings nice and in depth here like I did, and we're going to get you the answers that you need, okay? I love you, and I appreciate your patience and understanding. If anyone else has a question, you can let me know in the chat. But for some reason, I got to go. I just feel, ugh. I love you so much. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. No one's perfect. So you just keep swimming. Okay, you're doing a damn good job. Thank you for watching me. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like it. And I shall see you tomorrow. All right, I love you guys. And, oh, let me screenshot that question, son. Thank you, girl. All right, Delaney, I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. I'm going to recharge, rest myself. Okay, I love you guys, and I shall see you tomorrow. Ellen, you're first tomorrow. Sun, you're second. Delaney, you're third. And Doja, Ling, you guys can be on there as well. And I love you guys. Kilowatt, if you want any other questions answered tomorrow as well, you can. I know we got a little question here about love and twin flames, so we can get more into depth about what that looks like. Okay, maybe some questions about what do you need to do in these rituals for yourself? What is your shadow trying to show you? So we can ask some more questions tomorrow if you'd like, because I really appreciate your donations that you gave me this week. It made a big difference, and I really could use the money, so I appreciate that so much. All right, I love you guys, and good night. Bye, Nur Kareem. I hope I see you tomorrow as well. It's been a pleasure. And yes, I'm so happy to be acquainted with you as well. I appreciate you for watching. You might not be on tomorrow. I will still read you, son. Thank you so much, and I'll timestamp you. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Kilowatt. You mean the world. Good night, guys.